Oh yeah, that is an intro right there. That is one good intro, isn't it?
That was fucking spot on.
I am a genius when it comes to that stuff. I can't help it. I mean, you know, I am the representative of computer artistry on this show. Do you know what I mean? How are we doing, everyone? Hey, got the clapping. Yeah, we're live on a Saturday night, so it's going to be rambunctious. And we're going for the Guinness World Record for the most viewed live podcast on Facebook. Where's that noise coming from?
There's a rattle.
There's a rattle. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to be doing. It's Josh being silly sausage, isn't he?
Goddamn motherfucker.
Being a silly sausage, mate.
What did you do?
He left the headphones on.
Put a G-head on.
There's your first one. There's your first one of the episode, guys. That one's for free.
Kustom Kulture Blast Off podcast. Thank you for watching.
Sorry.
So yeah, we go live one time. So here we are on a Saturday night back in the garage doing the 7th episode of the Kustom Kulture Blast Off podcast. There was a 6th. What the bonus episode, did you?
Oh, I listened to that.
It was an interesting insight into the world of sound engineering. Yeah, into Scunthorpe, yeah. Hey, mate, it's got a rich history. You need to be more respectful. And we're joined by Steph and Logan from the Lincoln Tattoo Con and Hazards Emporium in Sleaford, which is worth a trip out, both of them. Because the Hazards Emporium is really well decorated. It looks awesome. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we was talking about that, weren't we?
It's done incredible there.
Yeah, who's taking the lead on the decorating in there, or is it kind of like a joint thing between you?
No, it's him.
It's you, dude, is
Yeah,
it?
it's definitely
Yeah,
like.
that's why it's not finished.
Yeah, that's true. But like even this week, I went in and he's moved all the furniture around again and just put stuff everywhere, and I have no say. Absolutely none whatsoever.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, bloody hell. If it was me and Lauren, she'd take the complete lead on that, you see. She wouldn't even let me near it.
Yeah, no, I literally don't get a say.
Well, you've done a very good job, mate. You've done a very good job.
It shows his feminine side.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's some nice touches in there. Yeah. What's his name?
Out now.
What was that?
Is it you together? Is that what it is?
What was his name? Florence Lerone Bowen or something, wasn't he? Who's that dude?
Lawrence
Llewellyn
Llewellyn.
He used to wear a ruffly shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dude, yeah. Well, yeah, he's an artist, you know. Maybe we should get him as the special guest doing the judging for the show and shine or something really important. I'm sure everyone would really respect his opinion on it.
Oh, I think he'd gel really well with us, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Well, you like scatter cushions.
No, well, I like a cushion.
I bet you like a cushion. Yeah. I know you like your colour matching.
Yeah, Lawrence, if you're watching.
So on this episode we're going to be talking about the Lincoln Tattoo Con as like a main focus and everything that's going into that event, because it's not a small undertaking, is it? You know, obviously
it's a very stressful undertaking.
Yeah.
We pretty much nearly divorce every year before it starts, and then we're all right again. Yeah.
It does take you to the edge of sanity sometimes.
God,
if the people don't, you know what I mean, take you there first with the questions.
Don't the questions.
You get some good ones, don't you? You do get some
But
good
it
ones.
shouldn't be though, because like surely 95% of your artists, the artists that are going, have done loads of conventions, so it should be pretty much.
It's not so much them; it's
is it
the
not?
members of the public.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Can I bring my llama? That kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's
Do they
yeah.
have to
I would
muzzle
have said yes to that.
Do they have to muzzle a llama or?
I'm not sure. I think they need a livestock permit.
Okay.
Yeah. If you get any dancing animals, you have to. There's a special permit for that in our council. Yeah.
So that means if I dance, you need a permit.
Yeah.
What, specifically dancing animals?
Yeah. Well, it's performing animals.
Oh, right.
You know, you can get them to dance if you want. But anyway,
If they just sit there, they're all right.
As long as they buy a drink.
Yeah. Obviously.
So how's it all been going at Hazards Emporium then? Is it been busy? You've been quite busy in Sleaford, or?
It has been busy actually. So it's really weird because I think I just booed that. Sorry. I've lost my train of thought now. Just hitting the mic with the.
I hate it when I do that. Yeah, it happens to me.
So every year we always get the highs and lows, and January, February are notorious for being real low months. But it's been hella busy, isn't it? It's just
not for everybody.
most of them. All right.
Oh, you imagine how viral that'll go if you like smash the light.
Jerry Springer.
Well, anyway, I've been fucking busy, so yeah, everyone else is fine, I'm sure.
We've got plenty of bookings, boys, because of that time of year.
It is a harder time for no shows at this time of year because everyone's skint from Christmas still, and then you get to this sort of time of year, and then they're like, "Oh, I might fancy a holiday. Let's fuck off the tattoo appointment." And
Yeah.
But it's give and take.
Do you get deposits for them?
Yeah.
Right. So at least you're getting something to cover the loss.
And this is what I don't understand now. Somebody will like put like £100 deposit down and just go, "Nah, fuck it."
Walk away from it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But they do, and they do it quite often.
So do you get a lot of walk-ins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're on the high street. Like this is our third studio that we've had, and the ones that we've been in before, they've always been sort of tucked away, little like back alley bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is our first one that's on the high street, and the difference it makes, you just get people coming in all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
which is awesome, really.
yeah. I mean, every time we've been there, it's always been a steady flow of people coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good
much.
that you guys have got a good reputation there, though, don't you? What are the other? What is there other studios in Sleaford?
There's one other.
There's one other.
Yeah.
Also, at least you've not got like a massive, like a lot of competition. You know,
No,
Lincoln's
not.
flooded with them.
I know every other town is, and I think the only thing that saves us from not being flooded is how much our council charges for licenses.
Really?
So, like Lincoln City, 49 quid I think per license. Ours, 331.
Bloody hell!
Yeah.
But then is that a blessing in disguise? Do you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
it's holding back the flood, isn't it? Because
It is, yeah.
how easy is it for someone to just get a rotary kit off of eBay and then start doing it? And someone goes, "Oh, you're good at that, mate," and they go, "Right, fuck it, open my own studio then." You know.
And there's loads of talk at the minute about these tattoo schools as well, and so that's sort of flooding the industry with people that haven't got that experience, but they've got the certificate, and so that's all you really need. Open up your own studio. Yeah. And so it does cut down on that a lot. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's but then people aren't just coming for you for the tattoo. They're coming there for the experience and because they trust you and they feel comfortable there, innit? You know, once someone's been once, they go, right, I'm happy there. That was a good experience. I'll come back to that then, don't they? You know.
Yeah. And that's really important, I think, because a lot of people that look like us walking into a studio, it's nothing. Whereas if you're like a little 18-year-old or something like that, it can feel really intimidating.
Yeah.
And so you need to make them feel like it's not a scary place, that they're not out of place for wanting something really delicate and floral, because they think that we just want to do like full body suits and we'll only tattoo
like skulls and flames and shit.
Exactly, yeah. But no, little cute Winnie the Poohs if that's what you want.
Yeah, too right. Oh, I bet people surprise you, don't they? Sometimes, like they walk in looking like the meanest guys walking, and then they're like, get the weirdest tattoos and stuff, don't they?
Or they're absolute fannies.
Are they? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, when I had my chest done, it was bad, man. I felt like I could have like begged for mercy. Do you know what I mean?
I've got no place to talk. I literally,
mate, it was savage, dude.
I tapped after 2 hours. Logan's tattooed me at a convention the other week. And I literally tapped after 2 hours. There's people there that are sitting for like 2 full days.
Where was it?
Thigh.
Yeah, that's pretty rough though, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
Have you done your chest?
I got left side, but my missus said the same about thigh. She said worst place.
Yeah.
What do you think about the thigh?
Yes, it's sore, isn't it?
Yeah, not nice.
Mine was
Real
my
not
ribs.
nice.
You had ribs on.
Yeah, both sides live in hell. I had, I think it was 8 hours on.
Holy
one
shit,
side,
man.
and I was.
Right, show us.
All right, big boy.
No, I've got two kind of say about A4 size either side. And
what are they?
It's from Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's anime.
All right.
So it's a giant robot on one side and a monster on the other.
Shit, man, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I felt like I was moving around. He said, "Oh, you sat really well." So I didn't feel like I was. Felt like I was crawling off the bench. But it went back to the other side, so I'm obviously stupid.
Yeah. I thought like arms and stuff are like easy, aren't they? You know what I mean? You should be able to handle pain on your arms.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's easy to. I feel like what it is with the tattoos is it's like locating the pain for me. I feel it easy taking pain on my arms. I don't normally take pain on my legs. I don't normally bang my legs and stuff like that. So, and I feel like it's so far away from my head. It's hard to manage. It's harder to manage. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
you got a lot of bony bits and a lot of.
You do, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
So it's kind of all bad in a way.
The skin's not tough, is it? No. It doesn't get hard wear, does it? So
it's pretty much always undercover. It's not been sort of toughened up by the sun or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's just hella sensitive.
I've heard people say the head doesn't hurt. Did you think the head hurt or no?
Yeah.
Did you did?
Yeah.
Top part of the head.
Is that bad? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that feels a bit crazy, doesn't it?
Feel like the needle just like ping off.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, it's a whip shading. You can just feel it. Fucking hell, yeah.
God, that's weird.
Mine was
you never thought about a head tattoo, dude?
No. When
you strike me as someone who's extreme enough that would.
You can have your logo on the side. That'll look sick.
I promised my mum that when I first start getting tattoos, no hands, no head or neck, and I've got to stick to it.
Have you been tempted?
I do like kind of hand tattoos and stuff like that, but yeah, I've made a promise to my mum, and you can't break them.
No. Yeah, I mean, I guess when did you guys think that became more like was like, sort of less of a taboo to get sort of face tattoos, because there definitely was a transition from it, sort of like maybe like generational thing where it was like, like if you had tattoos on your face, it was like the absolute end, like you're never going to get a job, and that's going to be the end of your life. And now, like, a lot of people, go straight in, don't they? You know what I mean? And what
that was a look. So my nephew turned 18 last week, and for his first tattoo, he wanted it on his face. I was like, it's absolute no. Nobody goes for the face first. It's just not a done thing.
Yeah.
And then, because I'm a bit of a dickhead, I talked him into it. But it is only little. He's a barber, and all the barbers in the barbershop have all got the same little cross on their face. And it is it's a tiny little like one-liner in it.
I mean, you can get it zapped, can't you?
That.
At the end of the day,
I do the zapping, so I'm like, if you stop being a barber, I'll take it straight off your face. But he was the exception to the rule. I think I notice I'm talking a lot. Do you want to jump in?
Well, I still didn't even really want to do it, did I?
What, this or?
Well, it's too late. You're here, and the garage door's shut.
Take him down.
You didn't know. You were proper pissy with me about it, weren't you?
You forced me into it.
I did.
Was there some promises? Was you guaranteed?
No, I didn't even promise
Nothing.
it. No.
So she just literally gave you the look, do what you want, I'm not bothered. You're fucked for a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was,
You're on the sofa.
Yeah.
But bless him, he was proper buzzing, wasn't he? He was. So.
Well, at the end of the day, if that was his reaction and he was happy afterwards,
Yeah.
if his regret comes in pretty quick. Do you know what I mean? Like, you either fucking regret it or you don't you? You know what I mean? It's not something that you sit on the fence for going, when you've messed up.
Yeah.
So if he's happy with it, then he's happy with it, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's not something that we would do as a rule. I think, like, with the whole face tattoos and stuff like that, like, it used to be that people weren't very heavily tattooed, and so that's how you stood out if you had quite a few. Now, a lot of people have got a lot of tattoos, so then we then go to the more extreme, because you still want to feel a little bit different from the crowd.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just keep pushing the extremities, and I don't know when it will stop.
Is that where like a lot of blackout is coming now?
Yeah.
Because it's like a step above, like it's like no bare skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
It kind of goes that way, doesn't it?
It's almost like, it almost feels like there's still a hierarchy of people that are tattooed, and so the people that look like us, we still feel like, oh, we're going to have to push it then, because the rest of them are all catching us up. I think that's the way, anyway.
Yeah.
Getting extreme body modifications.
Yeah, because
I still think, like, in the old school biker community, like an old biker that's fully sleeved up, you can tell that they're old school. I think there's still that old school, even if there's no skin tone left, there's still that element of, like, he did it a different way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas obviously you've been a tattoo artist and you design a full sleeve in one go, you can see that things are thought out. There's that, obviously when you're building a sleeve together, there is bits that you might have to crop out because there's already a tattoo there, and you can kind of, I think so. I think you can kind of tell some old school.
Oh, you can tell if it's been planned,
Do you know
if it's
what I
been
mean?
planned out, because it's like my leg is basically, it's what fitted kind of where, because we kept kind of adding to it with my tattooist. But the other leg, I want a Batman animated series leg sleeve, and he says, well, we need to plan it out and actually kind of do it properly. It can't just be
tell a story.
Exactly
in the
right.
piece,
Yeah. It's easy to sort of mash it together in it and try and like piece it all together in it. You know what I mean? A lot of people just end up getting dot work or clouds in between it, don't they?
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
on my arm, I ended up doing it because all these are my drawings. I started getting tracing paper and tracing the gaps I had left and designing stuff to go in the gap, because I didn't want it to look like there was too much gap around certain things.
Yeah.
And that's something that's coming through with patchwork tattoos. And they literally are just little bits just dotted here and there. And you think, that looks cool now, but at some point you're going to be coming back going, oh, but what can I get it filled in with? Not a great deal.
But then I guess that's the beauty of like tattoo removal, isn't it? I guess now that's become a lot more accessible. So a lot of people are going to extreme lengths and thinking, well, I'll just get it taken off.
I mean, but that's the thing, it's not an easy process. It's a horrible process.
But I think people see it on Facebook, because I don't know anything about it. So I see from my angle, it looks easy.
Yeah.
It looks like a piece of piss. It doesn't look like it hurt.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, you sit there, it's been uncomfortable, and then it's gone. You know what I mean? You know, your mistakes disappeared. I don't think you understand it. I mean, you can see it smoking, so you know it's hot.
Do you know what? I love the smell.
Oh, do you?
I love it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I get it when I rest my fag tooth close to my beard. I start getting it then. I'm like, oh.
Is it that smell? Is it
It's like a pork scratching.
Is it?
Yeah, it's sort of it's a really weird smell, and I don't smell it as much now because I've been doing it for so long. I've become sort of blind to it, I think. But if I'm doing quite a big piece, then I'll still get a whiff of it. But you can smell it in the studio when I'm
yeah. It's like looking behind you. You smelling my skin? Hannibal Lecter style, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm probably on some kind of register for being a skin sniffer.
Most people like petrol, you know what I mean?
So, I mean, I heard, is it not meant to be more painful than getting a tattoo in the first place?
It is, yeah. So one of the best descriptions I've heard is like when you're frying an egg and it spits at you.
Right.
And that instant, but that's like 10 times a second.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I'll keep them.
Yeah, that does sound extreme. But then if you make extreme mistakes, if you go through it, you know what I mean, and there is an option, then I guess you have to just suck it up. Do people numbing cream? Can you numbing cream it?
You can actually, yeah.
Does that actually work?
Yeah, it does. It works really well.
Because I guess it's going through more layers of skin than the actual pigment sitting, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
and it doesn't affect the skin in the way that it does when you numb up before a tattoo, because you're not, it's not already saturating the skin, so that you're not getting the ink saturation because we're pulling the ink, we're dispersing the ink as opposed to trying to put it in. So, I do recommend for a lot of people, especially if they're having like in quite sensitive places, just numb it up. Nobody needs to be a hero.
Yeah, I think that kind of comes down to it. Like, you know, you get a lot of people being like, well, you know, they'll have like mum and dad on their arm there and be like, well, if you can't handle it, don't get them. And it's like, yeah, but get a big one in a rough area, and then you say that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's, you know, outside of your arm, you've got no experience of tattoos really, because you've not felt the extreme, you know, sitting there for 5 hours. Like, when will this end?
Yeah.
I must admit, I've got no problem with anyone using stuff like that. I feel like I'm kind of earning it.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds a bit kind of macho, that's not what I mean. I feel like I'm earning the artwork on me by not having it. But then, if it works for you, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of artists don't like you to use it when you're getting tattooed, do they? No. Because it does affect how the skin reacts. Whereas for laser, it doesn't really. There's nothing fun about laser. You don't walk out of the when you're having a tattoo and you can see it building and forming, and you're like, "This is looking amazing." You don't get that with laser. You're just like, "Oh, that looks shit."
Yeah,
that looks like that's just really fucking hurt.
Yeah,
that's all you get.
Yeah, and you know, because you can kind of like still faintly see it there after it's been lasered. How many times does it? How much would something? You know, how many times do you have to go back?
So this is the thing. Everybody's skin reacts differently. It can depend on what the artist was like that put the ink in, the kind of ink that they used.
Well, would that be how deep they went?
How deep they went, yeah. Whether they used a good quality ink or whether they used some cheap and crap. There's so many variables, and also what your skin's like as well. There's so many variables. So there's never like.
You've got 2 appointments to get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah. If we're just sort of lightening it down and taking the harshness out so that you can get a decent cover up without having to go too big and too bold, then 3 maximum. But if you're wanting to get completely rid, which most of the time you never fully will, but if you want to get completely rid, you're looking at a good sort of 8 sessions.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And this is the trouble with TikTok, because they just show you blasting over.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And then it's like, oh yeah, it's magically gone. It is not like that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's really not, because each time, it's getting really boring now. Each time you're breaking down the particles of the ink a little bit more, and it's being reabsorbed through your body and then just being flushed out. But you can't break every single particle down in one pass. Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so they're showing you a video that's already been gone over X amount of times, and
yeah, it's not true sharp, and that's the difficulty when people come in and say, "Oh, want to remove all this." Their expectations are way beyond what is actually possible.
Yeah.
So with people with the body breaking it down, do they feel unwell? Like, cause if your body's absorbing what's been broken down, you know, like not obviously not on about just straight away after the tattoo you feel sore. It's
Like the whole tattoo.
do you know what I mean? Like
some sort of toxicity kind of thing.
Yeah. Obviously, like, do you feel almost like you've got a bit of a bug or something, like a bit yucky for a few days?
I think you could do if you did a big area. I always refuse to do really anything that takes more than 40 minutes. That's the cut off because you're putting your body through so much. And as long as you're keeping your fluids up and flushing it all the way through, then you don't really have any side effects.
It's quite extreme. It's quite extreme, isn't it? You don't realise how extreme it is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Shit, make sure you get the one you want when you go and get it the first time.
Exactly that. Yeah.
There's a new EU or what's came in as well, like with inks, and it's certain colours of inks when it's heated up, it causes like a cyanide.
This is what we were talking about before, wasn't it?
So you've got to be very careful, especially when it comes to like lasering certain colours.
Holy shit!
Because they've been banned now. What's in them?
Blue and yellow, isn't it? And obviously they're making a point in Europe about banning the use of blues and yellows. So brands have obviously redesigned the colours. But what they're not telling everybody is it's only potentially cancerous whilst having it broken down under laser. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So I don't touch yellows at all. You can't laser a yellow out anyway.
I've got a ton of yellow.
Have you?
Yeah. I've got a big ACDC like right there, and I've got loads of red and yellow.
Right. Well, Lauren, if you start.
She's just holding a lighter under my arm in the night.
I'll just laser it. And
take me out like a fucking Nazi general, the old cyanide trick, mate. You know what I mean?
A lot of the new inks now are being regulated, so they haven't got the certain elements in the inks now. What causes it?
Right. So I mean, why was it in there in the first place? I mean, how did it go so long without being tested?
What's the ingredient they used to use?
I can't remember what it was now. But I suppose when they were doing it, it was never planned for it to be under any kind of
extreme heat. Yeah.
So unless you had like a terrible accident and got burnt or something, which is that's not something that's going to happen every day.
Yeah.
Then I suppose they just didn't test for that because they didn't expect it to be under that kind of pressure. Damn,
that's crazy, isn't it? Do you know what really skanks me out is the scalpel tattoos.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I'd love to do that.
Oh mate, I can't even peeling skin off. So rank, isn't it?
I like the idea of branding. I think that looks quite cool. But the peel skin thing,
it fucking freaks me out so bad.
No, I love all that kind of. But it's illegal in this country.
Is it?
Yeah, it's illegal in this country. So there are some you can get it done. There's some underground people that will do it, but
scarification tattoos, isn't it? Yeah.
But it's just, I would not fare well in prison, so I'm just not even going to try.
You just like there under a bridge, like I'll fucking remove your skin for you.
Sniff it afterwards.
Yeah, she's been building a mask out of it, like your lampshades. Ed Gein over there. Oh, but yeah, I mean, people do some crazy stuff, don't they? The body modification stuff, it's crazy, isn't it? I could see you with some horns, dude.
No, I think that's the limit. It's like tattooing eyeballs as well. I can't imagine that.
Well, you can lose your sight, can't you, with that?
Yeah, very easy.
And there's like a quite 50-50 chance in there. Like you could actually. Does anyone ever come and ask for that?
I don't think we've ever.
We get plenty of questions about it.
Yeah, people
but no one ever
ask sort of about the process of it, but I don't think we've ever been asked to do it.
I think that's classed as illegal now, isn't it?
I would have thought so. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'd say you're probably right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Get some contact lenses or some shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly that. It's not worth messing about with, is it?
No.
It's one thing getting like a slice of pizza tattooed on you. You can have a little bit of a joke about that.
Funny you should mention that.
Have you got some pizza?
Yeah,
you do.
Eyeball pizza with a dagger. This leg ended up with me and my tattooist trying to basically me coming up with stupid ideas and him going, yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
And then making them work somehow. So, I want a pizza tattoo. And he ran eyeball pizza and he ran with it.
Yeah. That is really cool.
Like the tooled up Kraken with baseball bats and nails in and stuff like that. It's just us basically kind of bouncing off each other.
That's ace though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's your tattooist then, dude? Who you go to?
Zach at Leopard Lounge in Cottingham up near me.
All right.
He used to work at another tattooist I use, but we get on really well. And like I say, we're on a good wavelength. So he's done nearly all of this leg.
Yeah. Do you ever get tattooed in your own home? You ever been tattooed in your own home?
lockdown thing, wasn't it?
We did tried in lockdown.
I don't enjoy being tattooed in my own home. I feel like it's better to go to the place and do you know what I mean? It puts you in more of a zone. You know what I mean? When you're in your own home, you're like, I shouldn't be in this much pain in my own house. Do you know what I mean?
We did try it during lockdown. You were moaning about the lighting, weren't you?
Yeah.
Did you visit people to give them?
No.
Oh, so it's just on each other because
we got asked so much during lockdown. People were like, will you come around and tattoo me? People that hadn't even used us before.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like going, yeah, just pop round, it'll be fine. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I thought it was funny walking around the supermarket and you could see fresh ink. Like, that's 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
You just did it. Like, I know where you've been.
I've seen you.
Especially your own customers.
Yeah.
Can you get that done?
Yeah.
So, there's Polish guy on the corner, like in the street, just handing out tattoos. Thing is, how many people picked up tattooing during lockdown because you know what I mean? They discovered they could get a kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bet there's tons of wank tattoos out there because of lockdown.
Well, one of our mates did, didn't he?
What's that? Who? Oh yeah.
Johnny Whelan, I'll just call him out. I don't know what he's tattooed some shit on him. He
I suppose it's more healthy than day drinking.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah. So we were doing like a lot of lives and raffles and stuff during lockdown just to sort of keep interacting with people. And I was pissed on every single one of them. And there was one, and I was pissed and kept burping whilst Logan was filming me. Then he did something with the camera and all you could see was his eyeball. And then Ella sat next to me picking her nose and I was like, people do not need to see this. They don't need
behind closed doors.
Yeah. On my podcast.
I know, I tell you that last time.
Everyone just lost.
Yeah, I saw you picking your nose. You thought you got away with it.
That's what I mean. I'm like,
Now, my partner worked all the way through lockdown from home.
Oh, wow.
And I think eventually it took her about 3 days to just kick me out of the house. I kept coming in, so I'm bored. What are you doing? Like, I'm working, Matt. It's the same thing I was doing 5 minutes ago when you came to speak to me. Go and do something. I ended up going outside and working on my car just because she was going to stab me at some point.
Yeah, we were all in separate rooms in the house, weren't we?
Yeah.
We didn't spend time together because it was just suffocating. So I claimed the garden. Best tan I've ever had during lockdown.
first lockdown was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
But it was
loved
nice weather. Yeah.
I did really love it, didn't I? But I pretty much drank Sainsbury's out of gin. Yeah.
You know, to be honest with you, like for someone that was like always in like the rat race, it was like a welcome break.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of messed up to say. I know it works really bad against people, but for some of us, it worked out a little bit. Like finally had some time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, nothing was really pressing. It was kind of weird.
Done though, did you?
No, you know what I mean. Well, no, not
we
really.
didn't get any. What'd you get done?
I mean, we worked all the way through. Like,
Right.
You did convert the garage, actually. I just did nothing. I didn't do anything, did I?
No. Drink.
Well, if you're good at it,
Well, yeah.
do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you're good at it,
So where was the longest you travelled to get milk? Because you were allowed out for milk.
Barnard Castle.
No, we didn't.
I went to Cornwall for milk. But there was people out there.
Why did it take you 5 days though?
But yeah, no, I just enjoyed not leaving the house, to be fair. I'm not a sociable person at home anyway. I hate having visitors around. So it totally worked for us.
Gardening bits about it,
Yeah, we did a bit of gardening.
built a garden bar.
We did. You built a garden bar, didn't you?
That's what everyone did, wasn't it? Everyone built a bar in the garden.
Yeah, bought a load of patio furniture. Yeah, and that was it.
I wonder how many people tried to make crystal meth.
Fucking hell, he's on.
Come on, there's got to be someone trying to make crystal meth.
All right, Breaking Bad, calm down. Yeah. No, you did.
He's looking on one today, isn't he?
I've watched Breaking Bad. How hard can it be?
Got some goggles.
Did you see Matt climb out of his camper van with goggles
Some
on?
boxer shorts and some goggles on, yeah.
Oh man, I bet people got some crystal meth habits during lockdown. That's for sure, mate. That's for sure. Right, I think we're going to go to our first start.
Is your Harley Davidson feeling a little stuck? You know, like it's rolling down the road with training wheels? Does it lack that growl, that rumble, that oomph? Well, at Matchbook Custom, we've got the cure for your motorcycle's midlife crisis. Whether it's performance upgrades, custom builds, or making it look like it can bench press your neighbor's car, we do it all. Because let's face it, a stock Harley is like showing up to a biker rally on a scooter. We're the Harley specialist just outside Stamford, UK, ready to give your bike the balls it's been begging for. Custom parts, slick gear, and upgrades so hot, your bike will practically start dating a Ducati. So don't let your ride limp along. Bring it to Matchbook Custom, where stock bikes go to grow a pair. Visit us at www.mbc.style. Yeah, that's right, we're so cool even our website's got style. Or email us at matchbookcustom@gmail.com. Side effects of visiting Matchbook Custom may include excessive horsepower, spontaneous wheelies, and your neighbors wondering why their bikes suddenly feel inadequate. Matchbook Custom, where Harleys get jacked and stock bikes cry in the corner.
Are we back? Right, and we're back. We're back. So, will Josh get his arse out? Oh, no. It was a joke. Oh, we are actually back on. Right. So our sponsors for this episode, obviously you've just heard one of them, Matchbook Custom. But there's also Welcome, and they're for great quality painting equipment, all sorts of stuff, all the gadgetry that goes with it. I think I mentioned it last time, but I actually know more about it this time. That electrostatic gun.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, you know, like when you're painting something and you get like dust and stuff on it.
Yeah.
You shoot it with this gun or you press this gun against it and all the dust drops off it. It basically takes the magnetic charge out of the metal and it basically, all the shit and the dust and stuff just drops off.
No way.
That's cool, isn't it?
That's like magic, isn't it?
That is cool, isn't it? So, yeah, hit Welcome up for stuff like that. And Gnarly Magazine over in the States, awesome guys, and they're doing great things for the custom culture scene. And check them out. Get your hats and your T-shirts and your Gnarly Magazine subscription because you can get them over here.
That's what I was about to ask. Do they post them to the UK?
Yeah, they do indeed. They post them to the UK. And there's some other big potential magazine news later on in the podcast, so you'll have to stick around for that.
Yeah.
So back to the tattoo con. So obviously you were at the engine shed, and then you last year you were at the Lincolnshire Showground, and then we were there sort of with our little booth, weren't we, over and thank you for that. It was good to be there. It was good to be there from the start of it and kind of like see it all take shape, you know, and especially seeing you two like putting the Harris fencing up thinking it's not me for a change. And then I ended up fucking helping you.
You did it anyway.
I just can't resist it. Do you know what I mean? I see it, I've just got to do it. But no, you had like really, you know, a lot of people helping you. You've got a good like community there of people that like, like you must have had like 10, 15 volunteers of people just jumping in and helping.
It was ace.
For the setup. They were never there for the takedown.
It was just me and you, wasn't it? Yeah.
It reminds me of when I used to camp in my garden. I used to like run an extension lead, have the telly, cool as fuck in the garden, you know what I mean? And then it's like taking it all back in at the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the end of the party that's the worst bit.
Yeah, because at the start you're well stoked.
You're buzzing, mate. Yeah, buzzing.
But at the end of the weekend, absolutely knackered.
So sayonara.
Yeah, and you're like lifting these Harris panels and they feel about 10 ton heavy. Yeah, that was not a lot of fun, was it?
Batters the shit out, you done it.
Yeah.
Was you guys having a drinky poos in the evenings as well? Or did you?
No, we literally crashed out, didn't we?
You don't drink at events, do you?
No, I don't, Josh, actually. No.
None of us do.
I like to remain professional at all times.
I know we spoke about this before, but my son stood there and said, Dad, she stood in the rain. Like, leave her be. You just stood the next morning.
Just contemplating life.
Lauren tells a funny story of
oh god,
of you what was it? You're standing near the fence or something, and you just looked like you'd lost the will to live, and you had a piercing to do, and you were like, I just can't do
literally it. Heaving whilst I was doing it. Yeah, awful. Just. Awful.
I mean, I think you did a bottle of JD on your own, mate. Yeah, so hats off to you.
I know. Yeah.
You know, you did a good rendition of Queen. I remember that.
Honestly, I should not be left unsupervised. This is the trouble.
Well, that's exactly. So you're saying it's Logan's fault?
Yeah. He was sensible. Knew he was working the next day. Got a good night's sleep. Left me like a toddler. In the house.
Like a toddler left in Tesco's on their own.
I went wild. Absolutely did. Yeah, horrendous. Making friends with everybody, just
it was funny.
talking shit. Honestly,
It's what drunk people do. It's what we do, isn't it?
But I do it a lot.
Weren't you struggling to find the keys one morning to open the barn back up?
No,
I'm sure
there's a code.
No, someone had the key. There was loads of artists stood waiting, trying to get in, and someone had the keys or something to get in the barn.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't do that. You're looking at me like she had the keys as well.
Was right next to the tattoo.
Yeah.
So all these artists just stood there, like no one really knowing what was going on.
They were waiting for me to come and open it.
Right.
I just didn't realise that's what they were doing.
Right,
I
okay.
thought they were already in.
I weren't sure if those keys missing or something. Yeah.
It's like when you need help at the self-service and they keep walking past you like, help me, help me. I'm over 18 for this energy drink, honest.
I've lost my wife.
One walked past me earlier and I was fucking like, you just fucking walked past me, you bastard. Look at him like, I need your help. Like trying to lock eyes, you know what I mean?
You don't want to be like, you don't want to be the clicker, do you?
Yeah.
Sort of just give them the glance and hope that you make eye contact.
Oh yeah, working bars, that's the kind of thing that get you not served.
Yeah. Or
clicking your fingers at me, or putting a note in my face.
Yeah, tapping your money on.
You're to the back of the queue. Look behind him and go, yes, please.
Oh man.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
Bar queues and taxi ranks, man.
Oh yeah.
That should be a name of an album. But you know what I mean? It's it's the two main hot points, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's like that. Those two and returning trolleys at the supermarket are the measure of whether you're a decent human being. Basically.
That's
kind of
personality test.
if you dump a trolley and don't take it back, because you don't have to do it.
Do you lose respect for them instantly?
Well, yeah, it's a measure of what kind of person you are. Whether you
at the end of the day, it's what holds society together.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like littering, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Right. And spitting.
Yeah.
Oh, just walking down the street and having to sidestep a loogie. That's just unnecessary behaviour.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't a stand-up gent that made it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It gives me wet mouth when I see it.
I've never heard of that. Well, I've never heard of the reverse of dry mouth before. I didn't know that was a thing. But
So I have two things, right? So I have wet mouth when I find something gross, or I refer to it as sexy wet mouth if it's something exciting.
That was Josh's name at school, mate.
Do you know when she's drooling doing that fencing, you know that it's like, is it gross? Has he got a Klingon, or are you into that?
It's going to get quick enough for me, that's for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Throw a chair.
Every single time, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Some of it I was spitting was wrong.
In certain situations,
Sexy spitting's okay.
Yes.
Hey, fucking hell. Isolate it.
I'm always looking for ideas of lettering to do on sores, and sexy wet mouth is right up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything but the dribble.
Mate, this episode 7, sexy wet mouth from now on, mate. Tattoo con anyway.
Yeah.
Back to that.
How long does it
I
take
hate
us to descend into chaos?
It's a Saturday, isn't it? It's Saturday.
The lineup looks good.
It's banging,
it's
isn't
just
it?
like
Yeah.
turned into like more than just a tattoo convention, isn't it? Like that's how it's headed. Well, that's how it looks from the outside.
And that's all Logue, because the thing I love about him is he's got such vision. I can't see it, and I'm the panicker, and I'm like, oh, we can't make that work. That's too much. And he's like, no, fuck it, we're doing it, and he makes it happen. And you've been the one that's booked all the bands. You've found them, and yeah, that is you. He's scarily fearless, if that's the thing, because he's just like, yeah, we'll make it work. And
that you've got to jump. You've got to take the leap. Mm-hmm. If you don't take the leap, you won't. I know it sounds like really like, motivation and that, but it is literally the way it works, isn't it? You have to take the risk. If you just sat there and panicked all the time, you'd never get anywhere, would you?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to wing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, amen.
Shan's, my partner, Shan's going to hate the fact I said that because it's one thing that really bugged her about me.
I don't know. She
What
might
are we
hate
gonna do about this?
She might hate the sexy wet mouth thing more.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good point.
Or you might be in for a good time when you get home.
It's
Yeah.
50-50.
Look for the mouth signs.
Yeah.
Just watch the comments in the live feed. I'm ready.
Oh, don't come home.
Well, you've got the caddy now, aren't you? You're just looking for an excuse to move out
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was the vision? What were like? Obviously, are you trying to make it more of a festival? Is that kind of like it's got that vibe about it, or is it like what's going through your head whilst you're thinking of all this stuff?
Eventually, I want to make it on.
I've just even the graphics kind of give me that vibe. Yeah.
More like half tattooists and half music.
And what's really cool is everyone can afford to go because the download prices are just
Crazy. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
£400 for the full.
Our
thing now?
prices
Is
really
it?
changed.
Fucking
It's a
hell.
lot of money.
It's
Last time I
insurmountable,
looked,
isn't
just shy of 400 quid when I last looked.
Yeah, it is.
Do you guys been to the Call of the Wild then? Call of the Wild Festival?
No.
That's up at the Lincolnshire Showground. That's really good. They have a really good lineup. They had Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons. You know Phil Campbell out of Motorhead
Oh, right.
and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like they have like some really big bands on. You should definitely go and check it out. It's a really good festival.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know them personally, but all the organisers that I've ever met have been really nice. And you know, at the end of the day, they had Skin Dread.
Bloody hell.
They had some good bands on. You know what I mean?
I love Skinner.
It's like
We tried to book Skin Dread, didn't we?
They are bookable.
Yeah,
They
they
are
just weren't
bookable.
available for the dates that we wanted for this year.
45 grand as well.
Yeah, that as well.
there's two
You
lots.
are.
45 grand.
Fucking hell.
They were 15 when they got booked. Well, that's probably about 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell. Damn, 45 grand. But then I guess it's worked out on like what sort of like revenue they're going to be pulling from.
Well, that's
Yeah,
how
but-
they make money now, isn't it? Bands is touring because there's not, from what I understand, there's not a lot of money in recorded media now with Spotify and stuff.
It's a
like
killer,
that.
isn't
So touring is how they make money.
I mean, at least the UK's got a massive festival scene. You can throw a stone as a festival, isn't it? You know what I mean? There's, you know, that's another thing as well. It's like trying to set yourself apart, isn't it? Find your niche and what you're passionate about, you know.
And I think that's why we're sort of moving it the way that we're moving it, so that it's not like every other tattoo convention, but also it's not like every other music festival, because
Yeah.
we're combining the two,
Yeah.
and that just brings in two different crowds of people that are then all mingling together and
Yeah.
just making it a little bit different to what you can get everywhere else.
See, a lot of people with the Kustom Kulture, they because obviously, you know, for those of you that aren't clued in, the Kustom Kulture used to be at the Lincolnshire Showground before moving to its new venue. But I feel like your setup was so much more flowy than how it was at the Lincolnshire Showground. I think it worked against the Kustom Kulture
Yeah.
with the way it was laid out and stuff like that. You know, it was when Linda had it, and it was like it was all right, wasn't it? Because he had just the exhibition hall and.
Yeah,
It worked out better, but the last time when they put it in the Epic Centre, it was dog shit. It just didn't work out.
I
Did it?
mean, well, a lot went wrong, but I think also even when Linda and Chris had it, it's they only had half the site, which I think worked against them.
Yeah.
When there was a
The horse trials or whatever.
that was it, yeah. So do you have the whole?
So we're only hiring half site this year, but that includes both the buildings.
Right.
Oh, you got the EXO as well.
EXO and Epic. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So what's going in the EXO then?
EXO is where the traders are going to be and the judging,
Nice.
and then Epic is where all the tattooists are going to be.
That's going to be cool as hell.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you have the food traders in between, so that it again nobody feels disjointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the rest just camping then?
Yeah.
And where's your stage?
So the stage is. So
You
you
write
know.
this down.
Yeah, I'm just interested.
So you know where the Epic is.
Yeah.
And then you've got a bunch of trees there.
Yeah.
So the stage is going just there by the trees.
All right.
Yeah. So try and keep it all kind of nice and close together.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things we found with last year was because so you know we're saying about having that
Door open.
door
Yeah.
shut, yeah. So with the stage being back there, a lot of people didn't realise that's where you had to go around.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Is this it? Is there anything else to do?" Yeah, go around there. So this way, it's all sort of in a nice little bundle, so you know exactly where everything's going to be.
Yeah. Spot on. Yeah, no, I think that's going to work out really well. I think you know, obviously because we've worked up at the showground for like 15 years now, maybe even longer. I think we've seen a lot of events come and go.
Yeah.
And what always kills them is that they make them as big as they can, and they space things out too much.
Yeah.
And it's like a smaller, more compact, busy show. And I think that's where we nailed it at Slate's Farm, is because it was like everywhere you look, there's something happening.
Exactly
you know what I mean?
that,
You're so included in everything. You know what I mean? You're surrounded by it. And obviously, like, we're just fortunate to have that ability to have that ring, but also still have the woods as like a bit of a separate area and stuff. But it just works out so well. Do you know what I mean? It's a perfect setting for it.
Expand the camping, can't we, rather than expanding the actual show field?
Yeah, we want it packed and busy and happening.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't want it like, walking miles to just like a hedge line that's got like traders along it. It's just boring. You know what I mean?
You stand in the middle and you can see everything that's of interest. You just pick which direction to go in, basically.
Yeah.
And I think what's so cool about this, like, for people that don't know this, effectively, even though there's 5 of us sat here, we're talking about 2 different events. Like, it's so great to see people supporting each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so many other people are like, oh no, don't want to be seen to be supporting that and not supporting that.
Oh, there's tons of that.
And it's great, isn't it? This is like, I don't think anyone else is really doing this. Like,
no, I mean, we had Pete on with the Hot Rod Rumble, the Hot Rod show, and the V-Dub show and stuff, and it's like we reached out, didn't we? I remember reaching out and thinking they're never gonna message me back. It's like, you're just gonna, because literally everyone was kind of like had that stick up their arse and like they don't want to get involved, and then obviously we just managed to get stuff going, didn't we, between us and stuff, and then it just kind of took off from there. But
despite Logan's resting bitch face.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, when we first went there, I was kind of sitting there, like, you were kind of like looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? He's just come in my shop and he's just chatting all this shit at me about like the culture, bro. I walked away. I said to you, I was like, I think he liked me. Well, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. Dry your eyes, mate.
I think that's the joy of, like, especially with you taking on Kustom Kulture as well, because you're such a likable character. It's easy to work with you, and there is no gatekeeping, and I don't think there should be with stuff like this. We're all doing it for the same reason, because we love the same sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Why should you gatekeep and be like, no, this is mine?
Yeah.
This is my precious.
No, if we stand for anything at KKBO, it's exactly that. Is that it's for everyone, and we want people to get involved. We want people to enjoy it and not feel like we're trying to keep it to ourselves. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
Even an event similar to ours on the same date, far enough away, it wouldn't be. We'd still help them out.
Yeah. Well, the trip out's down south, isn't it?
That's it.
No issue with that.
Because you're going for different crowds of people. You know what I mean? And we're always going to be an art-based show. So, and the beauty with us is like, we're actually set quite far apart, because no one else is really doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's the amazing people and the community, and the fact of, like, to be honest with you, if you're a trader, and it'll be the same with your show, it's like they become meeting points for other traders.
Yeah.
So they're happy to pay the pitchers and not particularly sell tons of stuff, because it's like the connections that you build and the networking and all that stuff. It's worth its weight in gold. It's how you're constantly moving forward with it, isn't it? So, that's the key. And you guys have got a really good, like, atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like, everyone, I mean, the amount of people that were coming up and chatting and stuff, no one had an attitude, and that was the general public.
Yeah.
And I think the public pick up on the attitude, the atmosphere and the vibe of the festival they're at. You know what I mean? It's they don't act aggressive if there's no hustle and bustle and it's nice and open. You know what I mean? I think when people are tightly packed, they get more arsey and antsy, don't they? And they're a bit more snappy. But you had like a good flow of people. It was nice and open. It felt quite airy.
Yeah. Even
though you had all the partitions off for the booths and stuff, like there was still like plenty of room in between and stuff like that. So you know what I mean?
Like what you saying about that, we were talking about in the studio where people come in and you want them to feel welcome. Exactly the same ethos for the convention as well.
Yeah.
Because it's really interesting for people to, especially if they don't have tattoos or they've not really got very many big ones. It's so interesting for them to just watch people do it, because obviously they watch Ink Masters and that kind of thing, and like we were saying about the whole TikTok thing, that's not how it is. You don't knock this massive cover up out in 2 hours, and it's not like that. So it's a good insight for them to see how the industry actually is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, what surprised me was people coming in getting multiple tattoos from multiple people.
Yeah,
and I never really thought. So have you been to many conventions then?
I've done a few, but I've not worked them.
You've not worked them, but you've just been there.
I've been to a few, like looked around. I think like going back to like the air and the space and that, like it'd be easy to probably ram more artists in there, and then straight away that gives off they're in it for the money vibe.
exactly that.
And that's not that you don't want to be associated with that.
Well, we both spoke about a show that does that. You know, a similar venue. You know what I mean? And that was the main complaint of everyone. You're like sardines packed in a tin.
Yeah.
You can't even get round the artists to have a look at them. And at the end of the day, exhibiting the art is what it's about, really, isn't it? It's exhibiting the artists and stuff, you know, and showing them. How can you show them if you can't even get round them to have a look, you know?
Yeah.
Some people want to go to a convention just to meet the artist. You know, it's
absolutely
like,
yeah. And also, that's when it gets dangerous as well, because if you're packing people in, it just takes one person to shove the artist, and you've ruined that whole tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
We went to a couple last year like that.
Yeah, and nobody's happy. Nobody wants to work like with their head touching somebody's arse, and do you know what I mean? It's just, you don't need to work like that. Just take the hit on how many you can fit in, just to make sure that your event survives.
Yeah, and also, like, you know, if you can't just work off of having tattoos, then find other avenues of making money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you guys doing your own bar this year again? Yeah. That was cool. That was good. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out well.
It did, especially all the leftovers we had.
Yeah. Well, we had loads of leftovers, but Lauren was pregnant. One of the first times we had tons of it, didn't we? And you couldn't drink a drop of it, could you? So
you have to take one for the team.
To be honest with you, I'm not a massive drinker. Grot had a bit. Yeah. He took some of the ales and stuff, but I'm not a big ale drinker either. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, I'm not hardcore enough. But right, we're going to go for we're going to have a quick break. It'll be a couple of minutes. You'll see the intro pop up on the screen, but we've not gone anywhere. Me and Matt need to pee.
Yeah, not together.
No, are you going to shake it? Right, come on. We'll see you in a couple of minutes, guys. Eh?
That'd be weird.
Well, Josh just tried to get me to rub my arse on his leg, but I refused. No means no.
I know.
Bag
And
of Haribo's.
Lauren's
then.
just offered to give me a foot massage as well.
A foot massage.
Yeah.
Only the best round here.
I'm coming again.
Yeah, welcome to the garage. Foot massages for free. Yeah, a cup of tea. That's the only one you're getting. That's the only one you're getting. So make it last. Sip it like a J2O, mate.
Still got it there.
Yeah. So where's your budget biker build off stuff, mate? Because we're gonna jump into the budget biker build off. And
Looks official.
he's got notes.
He said, right, so
Yeah,
I
but
just
it's
need to
written
know how
in
to read
crayon,
it.
You know, like the kid that's trying to read Of Mice and Men in school. You're like, bloody read it. I'm trying to learn the story.
Right.
Come on, Lenny.
Right. So I've got a list of the people that are entered. So we've got the Dead Deep
Yeah,
with the Honda C70,
the Honda C70.
November Customs with the Thundercat,
That's right, the Thundercat.
Down and Out with the Suzuki Bandit, Vintage Chop, which is doing the stationary engine,
Yeah.
majiggy. Tractor with an XJ550, Ash with a Honda CX550.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not sure if it's 550 or 500.
500s they are, mate.
Honda CX 500 CX. And you got Paul Bell with the XS 400.
Right, okay,
We've
awesome.
got 7.
7 all in all. So that's a good amount of contestants, really, isn't it? You know what I mean?
This year, I think it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, considering it just started off as like a random idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we was like happy if we was going to get 4.
Yeah, well, we kind of had a limit.
Yeah, it's good going.
We
that.
kind of had a number where we had to reach it to make it a competition.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been one. But you know, as well, what's nice with that is we've got such like a wide range of stuff as well. You know what I mean? Do you guys like your bikes, or you never really? Because the bikes are something like if you ever own one, then all of a sudden you become into it, or
Yeah.
you know,
My dad's a biker,
Is he?
so I should be more into it. And I used to love going out on his bike with him and stuff. But I think because I've never I rode one round an industrial estate. We all did, didn't we? But because I'm not in that, I don't feel like I know anything. So I'll just sit here and be quiet for a change.
I think that's what's so cool. What we're all trying to do is it doesn't matter if you know anything. Like, it doesn't matter. It really like if you only know it as 2 wheels, handlebars, and an engine. There's none of this bravado shit like this. So, oh well, I've got 30 grand this or 50 grand that. It don't matter, does it?
I think the beauty of this is the fact that like because they're doing it on a budget, you can see what someone's done on a budget, and that's a different way of appreciating it because you're not just seeing like how much money they can throw at it. You're actually it's based off their skills and what you can look at it and think, they've been imaginative on that. Good for them.
It's a good leveler, isn't it? It puts everyone on a level playing field. And you get to see the innovation rather than just like you say, just throw money at it, see what sticks.
Yeah.
So how does it work then? Are they given a budget, or are they sort of almost judged on how much of a budget they use? How does it work?
So it was initially it was £1,000 to spend on the bike.
Yeah.
And it couldn't exceed £2,000 market value. And then they had £500 to spend on customizing it. Well, obviously, we've had I think we did say, didn't we? That we should have kind of analysed more the rules first because we didn't think people were really going to try and read in between the rules and see what they could do. So I think for next year, there's already even more that's going to come out of it. And,
people building a bike from complete scratch and using engines that are unconventional as well. I think that's what kind of. We weren't expecting it, were we?
Yeah, we were expecting someone to start with a running bike and then modify it, weren't we? And we've got.
We straight away when we have people asking, it's like, "Fuck, why did we get that straight away?"
But we did allow it in the end.
Yeah.
We spoke to the other bike builders; they were cool with it. We checked with them first, and they were fine with it. And I mean, so Vintage Chop, I mean, he's building that stationary engine and he's building that frame around it, and he is one hell of a fabricator. He's got he's got a lot of the tooling and stuff, and so it's. Although he's
want to see though, isn't it? It's innovation.
I mean, he's starting with less.
Yeah.
But it's like it adds a different element to it. Because he's starting from scratch, he gets a lot more imaginative on his frame and stuff.
More restrained on certain rules that compared to other people, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's interesting how it's shaping up. It's and we're starting to get our monthly. Our media
this month, I think, but obviously it's like kind of like the first month where they've actually got to submit the updates.
And I think a lot of people have been sort of like using this month to sort of like plan out of how they're going to go. I mean, I saw Paul's YouTube video, and he was kind of like and what directions to go in and that kind of thing.
I'll tell you, actually, I mentioned to you, actually, Ash, who's building the Honda CX. I asked him for an update, and he said to me, he works at a school. And he's trying to get it signed off by the governing bodies to actually involve kids in the build.
Oh right, cool.
From the school, so officially regulated workshop, And I think that's fucking even better. And
that's what
the fact that we've been kind of responsible for initiating something like this just off of a simple bit of fun.
Yeah,
that's what I think's so fucking cool about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's cool that you had the idea about it. And you obviously came to me with it. And what's cool about the Kustom Kulture is it's got the ability to sort of absorb these things and have them as part of the show. And all it does is just add more. Because, with it being culture based, it's whatever fits into that category, which is bloody wide, isn't it?
And we've got companies that are like donating to it. I mean, for me, like one of the biggest, and I'll talk about it a lot, but like to have Indian Larry motorcycles.
That was one hell of a get.
That is unreal, yeah.
And obviously, even like you've got a Larry style tattoo, as a nod to Larry as well, and you're more into the V-dub scene.
So explain do you know who Indian Larry is?
I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
Did you spoke about it? Did
you?
Yeah.
So we've got like Indian Larry motorcycles who are donating. We've got Fat Skull Official who they do the demon charms. I can't remember what the proper name for them, but. Which I should know really, but a lot
Guardian Bells,
and he does all different styles of them. And then we've also got like Shadowbridge Brewery, who are going to be donating some ales and things.
Yeah, they're quite local. Whereabouts are they? They're in Hull, aren't they?
They're, I think your side of the river.
My side of the river. My side of the river.
My side of the river. Where's
he from?
One, you get one free.
Are we like Shelbyville to you? Like, you know what I mean? Is this what you guys think of when you come here?
When I landed back in England, I'm like, fucking hell, you lot have got electric. And obviously, as well, we got last week of July. Said that they're going to put together a bit of merch as well. And I think
amazing.
Last week of July, I've got a massive following on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Well, I've followed them for a long time, and they're keeping the chopper culture alive, man. Yeah. They really are. They're the sort of people that inspire the next generation or inspire people to start doing this stuff.
Capture like what the actual idea of actually riding a bike is about. It's none of this MC culture stuff, which if you're into that, that's great. But it's more so the people that don't necessarily feel that they belong to that, but want to ride a bike with their friends.
It's a lot more artistic-y, isn't it? The that sort of chopper scene to it. Do you know what I mean? It's very much more arty.
Yeah, and they've been able to catch like raw footage. I mean, obviously last week of July, like Lloyd, when I interviewed Lloyd, he said it just started off where they would literally all book the week off, the last week of July, and ride. And that's where it started, and which I think is cool, isn't it? It's just like you say, it's
from small seeds and all that sort of stuff, isn't it? It's you got to just have an idea and go with it, don't you? So what else we got on there?
Also got obviously we spoke to Andrew Kooky Tiki, who was obviously doing incredible things, obviously collaboration with Matt. And
I did say I messaged him last night, and I was like, if that mug's for sale, I'm buying it. And he was like, it's already for Matt, and I was like,
he's posting that over.
We all need one for a podcast.
It's so cool, man.
Cool thing.
And he did it as an afterthought. He was like, I just did it as a bit of a mess about. It's like fucking hell,
It looks amazing.
Honestly, it's like that sparks me off of ideas for trophies and stuff like that.
Well, he's doing the trophies for obviously we haven't actually come up with an idea with him. I know he's waiting for us to kind of come up with obviously it's B-movie themed anyway, which he already knows that. And then obviously we just need to get it sorted.
I'm sure. You know what I mean? We just got with someone like that. I don't like to give them too much of it. It's like you do what you want to do. That's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Do you ever get people coming in for tattoos that kind of they're kind of open-minded? They kind of want you to kind of guide them to something, or they know what they want a lot of the time.
I call it small town syndrome. They basically want what everyone else has got. So do
you get trending tattoos? Right.
Yeah. So many.
I always thought you try to go original as possible. You know what I mean? It's
in the cities, it's a bit more like that, but in small towns.
Yeah.
Well, whilst you've got the mic, tell them about tell them about that tattoo. I've told loads of people. It's fucking awesome. You got to tell them.
What about the new one?
Oh, no. Look, well, I don't know. Is there another one?
I ain't got my bum all done.
You've headed that way?
Yeah.
Okay. I just told people about like when I interviewed you about the spider web.
Yeah.
Are you wishing you hadn't brought that up now?
No.
Oh, right.
Fucking awesome.
It is cool shit.
I wouldn't do it, but.
So we had this girl what used to work in our in our studio.
Yeah.
Not saying much more. There's no names coming out.
No name checking.
And,
Jennifer, you dirty bit.
She's not a food girl, she does OnlyFans and all that kind of stuff as well as. And I got a message off her one day, and she was like, looking at getting a bumhole tattoo, basically. And I went, oh, okay. And she goes, oh, would you do it? I was like, well, I think I messaged you first, didn't I?
Yeah.
To make sure.
Get permission.
Steph was okay with it, even though she's always touching up cocks and badges,
Yeah.
At the shop. Not on the high street.
And,
cocks and badges. Are you guys opening a pub then, are you?
She ended up coming in, and it was just an all-round strange situation. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of skin. You know what I mean? So you never look at it in like a sexual way.
Didn't wink at you then?
No. Well, it's a good job it didn't actually, because I found out afterwards that she suffers with
IBS.
IBS, yeah.
Oh, no.
She spent the whole session up pretty much on all fours. So if I'd known, I would have got like a splash guard on.
Holy shit, dirty bastard.
You've missed out some of the bits though. You were saying last time the husband's there filming it. Then there's extra hands in there.
Yeah, he was.
Don't talk this down.
Hey, that's for your podcast, you pervert. We're PG here, mate.
How many times have you rewatched that clip?
I fucking told loads of people. I've gone into work. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. And they're like, no. Where can we find them? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't fucking ask.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, her husband was like sat there filming it, but he was looking at me like a piece of shit. He was while I was doing it. It got to the point where I was struggling with the position because obviously you've got a machine in one hand and then you've got your kitchen one on the other, and you're trying to stretch the area and tattoo it. But obviously, because of where it was, the bum cheeks needed parting as well, and I couldn't do that with what I was doing. So he ended up coming over, sitting at the side, and
What a strange day.
while I was tattooing it. Yeah. But yeah.
That's a hero story, mate. I love that story. I'm like,
It throws me off if the toll bridge is shut on the way to work, mate.
It just puts the terminology of a shit day at work.
Yeah, it was. You did when you came home. You did seem a little bit sort of shell shocked,
traumatized.
Yeah. I just couldn't quite believe that had actually happened. It was, it was interesting.
And then that is another one. Then there's Steph's one with the gooch, and then to get Logan on all four. I was just like,
He's dropping all of it,
I
isn't
love it.
Did tell you the other horrible thing I do to him as well. When I've been doing male genitals, I don't ever do it to him when I'm doing female genitals, but when I'm doing male genitals, obviously I'm wearing gloves whilst I'm doing it. I'm not a deviant. Yeah, it's not cheating. But then afterwards, he'll be tattooing and concentrating. I'll just go off and wipe my hands down his face.
Oh, look at hell.
Like I've just touched a dick with that.
And it's bigger than yours.
Shit.
Yeah, you. I don't know why you're with me. I'm just horrible to you.
Are you two married?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You're locked in now. You can grab as many dicks on your face as you want.
Yeah.
Is that a question or?
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
He's asking me.
Are we getting to 4 years this year? Are we gonna look at? Yeah. We'll see how the convention goes first.
How many more times you get me on all fours?
One time. So somebody wanted the gooch piercing, and it wasn't one that I'd done. So I needed to know what position to get him in for it to be the easiest way. So for like a week before, I'm like, Logan, please, just let me see your gooch. He's like, no, you're going to put your finger in my arse. Like, I promise. I'll have my hands behind my back. I promise I'm not going to touch it. And like literally,
if you've just joined us, yeah, you're hearing it.
I feel like I'm setting a bit of a theme every time I'm on a podcast now. I'm sorry, but yeah. So literally the day before, he went, oh, "Fuck it, all right." So there he was on all fours, and I'm like, "Yeah." Like pinching it, yeah.
Shit. I own you now, boy.
Just going around the room first. Like,
yeah.
So
I think he probably had a little cry afterwards. Yeah.
Patted him on the shoulder like
He was a good little guy.
Oh man.
Oh, I love it.
It's never a dull day at work, is it? No.
No, we had one today, didn't we?
What one?
One of the other artists experienced something today from a consultation.
Yeah. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, as long as there's no names.
Yeah, so somebody came in.
Jeff.
Somebody came in wanting to get tattooed, and they've sort of. I call it the fuck it era. A lot of people call it midlife crisis, but I'm like, you get to the point where you just think, fuck it, I don't care anymore. So this person is in their fuck it era, and they decided they wanted to get a few tattoos, and they were saying, you know, I've discovered I'm not that vanilla. I was like, okay, I get you. And they were saying how they'd like hands around the throat, but they're not that kind of person. So then they're talking to our artist about it, and they sort of motioned to where it was on the neck, but was just stroking his neck in a really creepy way. he just didn't know what to do with himself. And I was out the room at that point.
Oh no!
And he's just like,
I don't know how I would react to that.
He forgot that he lost the ability to type. Is what happened. Yeah, that was his reaction. He was trying. They were saying their name, and he's like,
man, what you guys do with the tattooing, it's something else. You know what I mean? It's something else. You've got to have the passion for it to be that close to people. You know what I mean? You've really got to love it.
It's weird how, like, especially for you, you're not a people person, are you?
Oh, no.
And yet he has to spend his day really close to people. I'm naturally quite a space invader anyway, and so being that close to people don't fuss me. If I'm stood next to you in a supermarket, I'm always that person that's too close. Yeah. So it comes quite natural to me. But for you, that it does make me wonder how you cope with it, because you can't deal with people in general, can you?
No, I have to put telly on. You can watch films while I'm tattooing.
Yeah.
Do you not do the small talk? Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't deal with that at all. I literally will chat bollocks all day, and then we get home, and I just have to sit in silence for a good hour or two, because I've spent so much just talking shit.
Yeah.
The most mundane things, and then I just get home and I'm just like, I just got to sit in silence and get myself back to being me.
Yeah, decompress.
Because people need that. They need to. A lot of people can't deal with uncomfortable silences, and some people are okay with it. Like, you have clients that will come in and literally just whack the headphones on, read a book. They don't want to talk. Whereas others,
And you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
love that, don't you? You put your headphones on, put the telly on, all good.
I think you get a gist of the client as well. Like, you know, if like a first timer coming in for a first time tattoo, you know, they are a bit more scared, and you know,
They need a bit more shepherding through it.
They need a bit more reassurance, so they do kind of like put your professional head on as such.
Yeah.
But that's the only time that I'll really bother talking to them.
Yeah.
Such a films you're like, oh yeah, we'll put that on.
Yeah.
Sorted.
What are you like, Matt, when it's at shows? Like, I know obviously typically you're doing a lot of work, but like, how is it when people are trying to butt in and?
See, I am a people person. I used to work bars and pubs and stuff like that, and I loved it because I like talking to people. So I kind of think of myself as an ambassador, and I don't want to be that one that's at a show working and I'm unapproachable. I want to talk to people. I want to show them what I'm doing, and kind of if they're interested, then fair enough. I mean, obviously, if I'm working on a car, as long as they're not over my shoulder or something like that, because people constantly come up to me and they'll start talking and say, "Oh, sorry, I'm putting you off." No, it's absolutely fine. It's
you are. I've noticed that, dude. You are good with the public and stuff. Like, you always have quite a buzz around your tent
I
and
do
stuff.
like it. Yeah, I mean, it's when I was at Matchbook Customs, they was just doing a saw just to be painting something, and someone said, "Oh, well, you can tell me to leave you money for it." I said, "Don't worry about it. I've been stepped on while I've been lettering a car before." It's, I was doing the rear quarter on a Beetle, so I was laid out flat painting, and someone just came around and just basically stepped on me. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's fine."
Shit,
I should have probably had some cones around me or something like that. But
you're so chill, man. You saw that as your fault.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm sorry, I'm where you're walking.
Yeah.
It's fine, I'm married.
That is an Englishman right there.
Oh, yeah,
you get stepped on. I'm so terribly sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, I like kind of the way I see it, especially with the pinstripe and the sign writing. I feel like I should be sharing it with people, and I want to share it with people, which comes back to what we do as a show. Is we want people to be interested, and we want to show them what we're doing. And like I say, I love talking to people when I'm on the stall and things like that. So
when Jake reached out to you and said about the podcast, like, he was like, yes.
The podcast, I said yes. I was a little nervous, I'll be honest, because I like talking to people in person.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've got into it quite quickly, and I am enjoying it now. The first one I wasn't really sure. But yeah, I do.
With the attack of the pigeon.
Oh yeah. That was a sign of things to come.
There. But then a few people have said, "Oh, you seem quite natural," and that helped because it's at least I'm not coming across as kind of wooden or nervous.
You can just tell you care about what you're saying. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not-
I
you're
mean,
not just
I-
saying shit for the sake of it.
Yeah, I like to think so. Yeah, and I do. I think what we're doing as a show, I think, it means something, and it's a good thing we're doing, and I believe in that.
Did you guys see we've got the Screaming Eagles at the? I don't know if you know who the Screaming Eagles are. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
No.
Fucking awesome band they are. Fucking awesome
You
band.
managed to find some cool people to work it, don't you?
Yeah,
Where do you find them? It's like you've got this little black book of awesomeness.
Instagram. You know, a lot of it comes from Instagram. Instagram's fucking awesome.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you hate Instagram?
I hate Instagram. And I'll tell you why, because I'm nosy. And I like to read through the comments, and then I'll click on that person, I'll look through theirs, and I feel like you can't do that with Instagram.
No, because I think it's like it's a lot more like, you know, like for contacts in the art world and stuff. There's loads about. I mean, there's that Show Me Lowbrow art show in the States, and he's getting his passport sorted because he's coming over hopefully to the Kustom Kulture.
Oh, cool.
He has one of Gene Winfield's cars. He literally, like, he knows all these big people like Voodoo Larry and people like that. All these top customizers and stuff, and he wants to come over and check us out. And it's his first time he's been out of the States, and he's coming over to us, and we're going to put him up in an Airbnb, and then hopefully we can take a visit out there. And
that's so
you know what I mean, start, because what I really want to do is have like the Kustom Kulture. I've said this before, but I'll say it quick. But all the Kustom Kultures around the world, like Helsinki and Germany and all that, hopefully we get to a point where we can swap artists during our events. Do you know what I mean? So we put them up in a hotel, look after them.
Yeah.
And we go over.
Matt to go to Ireland, do you?
Yeah, maybe if you're up for it.
Are you connected with the guys from?
Both for sure. But the thing is, it's like, you know, it's funny. It's not funny at all, but it's like they go through the same shit we all go through. They had a venue pull out on them last minute, and they're looking for a new venue. Who else was that?
Yeah, the early hookup.
Yeah. You know, people. You know, you can plan it to death, but if someone pulls the rug out from under you, like you had at the engine shed, fuck it, you can just say it, can't you? It's the engine shed. Pulled the rug out on you, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got screwed on that, didn't you?
Mate, the stress that caused, it was just unreal. And they've got no idea. And they don't give a shit, I think is the worst part, is they don't give a shit.
You're not big enough for them to worry about.
Yeah.
What was it, last minute or?
So we'd booked the weekend and deposits paid, contract signed, everything like that. And then they got a better offer from a different band. So they were like, right, well, you can't have your setup day. You can do it Saturday, Sunday, but you're not having your setup day. How can we run an event without a setup day? They thought that we could get in at 6. Well, it expected us to be there at 6 o'clock on the Saturday morning to set the whole event up for the weekend, and that's going to be okay.
God, I'd be hard pushed to do my stall in that kind of time frame, let alone a full show.
And literally would not budge. The arguments that I had on that phone was just, and I struggled to remain professional at some. In situations like that, and I'm like effing and blinded down the phone. I'm like, oh, fucking this.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes you there, doesn't it? Because the thing is, it's like we were saying before, you know, you got so much invested.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, they're toying with you, and it's like, you know, whoa,
it was
curveball.
You know, we'd already got bookings in, we'd got people confirmed, we'd taken deposits. There was so much already planned, and it was literally just snatched away. And it was just a case of, well, sorry, but that's, and they literally went, it's happening. Sorry about that. And after we'd had that phone call, they literally announced the event the next day.
But if you've signed a contract, surely your setup day is in that contract.
So then we had to go to solicitors to see if we'd got any kind of comeback on that. And because in their wording, the reasons for cancelling or changing the booking, not limited to, and that was it.
Bit of clever wording.
Yeah. And the solicitor was really honest. He's like, you could take it to court, you can go through all this. He said, but all you're going to be, the amount it's going to cost you, all you're going to be doing is proving a point. You're not going to gain anything. You're just going to prove a point. And do you really need to spend all that money doing that?
Yeah.
And we didn't. So, yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Did they give you back your deposit?
So, yeah. So, apparently, this is what the solicitor said. He said, if you cancel those 2 remaining days that they're still giving you, he said, they don't have to give you your deposit back. I was like, you know, we've got money tied up in that now. So I just Googled a load of legal shit, put it copy and pasted it into a letter, sent it off, made it look like.
Didn't make any fucking sense.
Oh,
Just come with random shit.
I've never spoken like that in my life.
Forthcoming.
Yeah. And, got the deposit back. And then they were offering us like a free weekend for the next year, and literally
make it Ibiza and you got yourself a deal, innit?
I would piss on them if they're on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you tell them to shove it?
Yeah.
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 I
good on you.
legal proceedings. Also, I know where you live.
Here he goes with the fucking jihad thing again. Like,
I know,
he gets his video
Now
camera
just
out and that's
shoehorn that in
it.
again.
Gets him in a fucking orange jumpsuit.
But it worked out well for us, as much as it was stressful and we didn't think it was going to continue, it's actually worked. It's the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just mad how fast you've grown. Now you've got the camping as well.
Yeah. Like, I think we've got to this point and now we're going to let that settle for a couple of years just to make sure that we've got everything just neatly tied up, then move on to expanding a bit more.
Yeah, you need to let it breathe first, don't you?
Yeah.
Make sure everything's squared away.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Where did you get all your bands?
Mostly just fishing around like yourself. Like
shooting messages out.
I contacted one on TikTok.
You got Harry Arneson back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good
Bloody
lad.
love
He's a
Harry
good lad.
What a
We love
boy.
you, Harry.
We love Harry.
Amazing.
Yeah. He's ace, isn't he?
He's such a nice guy as well.
The whole band are just so chill, aren't they?
Yeah. Lovely people. Yeah.
But yeah, you've just secured one that's proper cool.
Yeah.
We don't quite know how to say the name, though, do we?
Vanitas.
Something like that.
Vanitas.
Vanitas.
What, they like metal?
Yeah. So
Yeah. I think it's all based around Final Destination.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like a
it's female-fronted, like, metal band, isn't it?
I'll play it for you when I've finished it.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's cool as shit.
Yeah, I saw that when I checked out their Instagram. There's a lot of videos done in like an old church, and
Yeah.
they look cool.
That scream that she's got.
Sound good, yeah.
Yeah. Cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, and what Vicky's doing your stuff again, is she?
So she's doing PA, but on the Friday night she's doing a stand-up set as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
so
that's a
her
nice change.
Her and one of her like fellow comedian people, or a comedian, I suppose. Comedian people. So they're sort of doing like a two-man show. Some of the stuff sounds like it's, and so the other person, they incorporate a little bit of burlesque. I think there's clarinet covers of metal songs.
I just think of Squidward when I think of that.
Yeah. Just all kinds of weirdness. And I'm just like, I don't want to know, just do it.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
Yeah. Have you seen you can book the side shows, the freak shows and stuff? They look cool.
So we had was it last year we had them? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? We had I can't remember the name now. And they were really cool. She was like walking on glass, and I didn't see a lot of it though. This is the trouble. Do you not find you book all this, you plan all this, you don't see any of it?
Yeah, I mean, I used to have a lot of house parties when I was a kid as well, and like you think it's a great idea, but it's not.
No,
it never is. Hosting a party to enjoy the party is just you don't do that shit.
No,
go and ruin someone else's house.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Even working at a show, you find that though is you don't see the show. I started going to car shows because I'm into cars, but then I've started working them, so I now kind of don't see the show. Is it?
Yeah.
It brought into focus when I was at Viva Skeg Vegas Volkswagen show, and another pinstriper called Seaside Neil's real cool bloke. He's in his 50s now. I was dragging around all my paints in a radio flyer going to stripe up a camper, and he sat there with a big bottle of beer in his sun lounger shouting that I'm doing it wrong. He's like, yeah, I think I am actually. And the sun with the beer.
Yeah, I guess it's so easy though, isn't it, to get pulled away from, you know, when you're at a festival or something. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, so as soon as a punter comes up, that's it. You're done, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm there for. I mean, I just try and take. I mean, Sian's really cool about it. She'll always say, right, you've come back from that, have something to eat, because she looks after me because I forget to eat at shows.
Well, we're only little boys, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. But then she'll say, right, go off and just have a look round and have a chill out. And so she's really helpful with stuff like that.
Yeah. So I mean, what you got going on then? You got a few shows coming up then, dude?
Yeah. I've got a Skegness Scooter Rally in May. I've got a really cool one coming up. It's run by the Drivers Collection, and it's a bit of a new one on me. It's a Cromford Car Night, but they're kind of one of these shows where it's a mad mix of stuff and it's invitation only, and you have to apply to be in the show. It's like it's not unusual to see like an 80s Ferrari on air riding expensive wheels and stuff like that next to a Beetle or something. A really cool mix of stuff. And kind of my normal shows through the summer. Was at Matchbook Kustom today.
How was Matchbook today?
Good. Yeah. You can tell the weather's getting nicer. There's a lot more fun.
Was there a lot more hours?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Made some contacts. So
and if you're in the Stamford area, and I think most weekends, go and pop your head in.
It's every Saturday, from what I understand.
Right.
They have effectively an open house. I mean, this was the season opener, so it was a bit more organised. And they're going to be
they're going to be using the KKBO as like their main focal point for their community meet,
cool.
Which would be cool. Do you know what I mean? So it's they're just lovely people, aren't they?
They all
really
are.
welcoming. If you haven't even got a bike, go down. It's fine. Like don't feel like like if you haven't got an American car, but you want to go to an American car meet, fucking go. Who's stopping you?
Go and
you know what I mean?
These people want to share their pride and joys with anyone else. And don't think just because that you don't fit in, just because you don't have the right kind of car, is they want to show them off. They want people to look at them because they love these things.
It's not about that.
No,
it's not about that. It's not the be all and end all at all.
No,
they're expensive things. You know what I mean? Not everyone is fortunate enough to be able to have one.
If doesn't want to show them off, they'd be sat in a garage just looking at them.
Yeah, doesn't mean you're any less passionate because you can't afford to be where they are. Do you know what I mean? So get yourselves down there and submerge yourself in the culture. At the end of the day, that's what it's all there for.
But how many people do you guys see at conventions that aren't tattooed up? Like, obviously, first with arms and face.
I don't feel like I see anybody at the convention because I'm just stressing running from one place to another. They just become a blur. It's hard. That's a hard one to.
I didn't really see anyone at your show that wasn't. You know what I mean? Everyone's pretty much like they're seasoned a little bit. Do you know what I mean? They've got a little bit of something.
I'd say it's fairly rare that you get somebody go that's not
complete clean skin.
Yeah. I'd say that's pretty rare that you'd get that. And if they are going, it's normally because they're with somebody that's got tattoos or, it's like you're saying, if you've got an interest in it, then you go. It doesn't matter if you're getting tattooed there or not, you've still got an interest in just seeing how it's all done. And I think if you probably haven't got any, maybe not that interested in it.
Yeah. It's something you kind of jump on quite early in life, tattoos.
I think so. Yeah.
Saying that, you do get the old old person. It's like, okay, like you said, the fuck it age, and I'm doing it. Jumping in.
You had somebody that should come and get her first tattoo on her 80th birthday or something like that. Yeah. How cool is that?
That's awesome, man.
Seen that lady on social media? She had one done for her 90th, and then just had one recently done for 100.
Oh, she had a butterfly, didn't she? Yeah.
I mean,
that's cool.
That is so cool, isn't it? Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. And what about you, dude? You've got the website and stuff happening, haven't you?
Same old story. Like I always say, it's just chipping away, taking time.
But you've got big things coming.
I think so. I think there's a great. I think everything that we kind of have here between all of us in all our different segments of this is kind of really what I'm aiming for on this website, and hopefully it will generate an income that I can turn that into my full-time job and continue to head in the right direction with what I think this is all capable of as well. And
shining a light on people, giving people exposure and helping out small businesses, really, isn't it?
And I think like really, and I've said it a lot on the podcast, but like for somebody like myself that I've wanted to go to so many shows, tattoo conventions, and never been able to afford to necessarily go to them, or not been in the position that, I'm somebody that struggles with my head as I tell everybody, but some people, like, this is the only way that they can feel like they belong to this. And there are people, I mean, I don't know if you've had any messages on the podcast, but I've had them on my own podcast where people are like, thanks for helping me distract my day. I've had like, thanks for helping me keep me out of my head. I think really that's kind of worth its weight in everything.
Massively.
I think,
Well, I saw Andrew Cookie Ticky doing doing that mental health night with the guys. That's fucking awesome. That is. So he has like, from what I gather, it's like it must be like a community centre or something. But it's blokes are going there, and he's just like showing them how to work out, work clay and stuff. Yeah. But it's that giving them purpose. It's like putting your energy into something, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's what people aren't designed to be sitting around not doing anything. You know what I mean? You need a bit of satisfaction and productivity in your life, don't you? At the end of the day,
just have a go at something. You might find out you like it, and it might be the start of something really cool.
Well, I was going to ask you if I can pinch a pinstriping brush at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Because now I've got the truck and stuff. You know what I mean? I want to give it a go.
Yeah, we'll I'll come over and we'll throw some paint, see what happens.
Yeah, I've got some big ideas.
Yeah. So
oh, you're.
What have you been up to with the truck then?
Oh, it'd be boring. I've been.
What are you waiting for this? Come on.
No, guys, come on. No, a lot of sanding. Set myself on fire, as you know.
That happens.
No, that wasn't that time.
I said better than.
Oh, better than yeah.
On fire the day before the wedding.
They've all heard this story,
What do
but
you mean? So he burnt himself less, or it was better because it wasn't?
I chucked a load of fuel on the fire up at the farm, and I didn't give myself a long enough trail. And it was a day before the wedding, and I fucking engulfed myself in flames. But this time, I was welding up against the truck. I was welding the arch, and you get like little hot spots, don't you, when you're welding? And I was like, I had my hood down and shit. I was like, fucking hell, my whole fucking arm's getting warm. And I lifted my hood up and. Yeah, flames. Yeah. And then because I had my cuffs done up, I couldn't get my fucking shirt off.
Stop, drop, and roll, man.
Mate, I was sitting on my. I'm too fat for that shit, mate. I can't get up that fast. But it's going well. It's going well. We're gonna be heading to shows hopefully in like the next couple of months and selling the t-shirts and stuff out the back of it and stuff like that. So
yeah, just let me know when. We'll get some sign writing on it. I'll give you a brush and. You can go wild. I won't
go wild. I'll do it somewhere where it can be rubbed off, and then
it can all be rubbed off.
Can it?
Yeah.
So how do you keep it on there? Like, what's the best way of keeping it on there? Do you recommend people clear coat over it?
Ideally, clear coat over it, but it's tough paint. If it's dry, it'll take some shifting. You're talking kind of if you want to get it off, you're talking kind of oven cleaner and stuff like that. And it will mess up your paint. Because if you manage to get it off, there'll be a ghost image of it.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, it
gets in there.
Oh, yeah, it gets on there, yeah. So, if you want it to last kind of through stone chips and stuff like that, like a base coat, stick some clear on it. Something like yours, what I would do is it'll be fine kind of just
going
onto
on
the paint, yeah.
Yeah.
If you are looking at clearing it, maybe think about doing it after we've done the graphics.
I mean, I love that silver leaf you did on that lay and play. Yeah, on Bluebird, man. That was fucking awesome. You did a cracking job on that, dude.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was
did you see it?
Yeah.
24 hours over 3 days. I was broken after that.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it's fucking mega.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you see all the gold leafing and the silver leafing on cars and stuff, where they get like the swirls, and stuff like that. I'll have to show you after.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking cool, man. You did a really good job on that.
I was really pleased with that. Well, I'd previously done her partner's Lincoln Coupe.
Was that Malibu Peach?
Malibu Peach, yeah. So I've done that, and then
so that's a couple that own those two.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, because the Bluebird was going to be more of a JDM style thing, wasn't it?
Originally, it was. Yeah. Well, what happened? I did the Malibu Peach at Pete's place. Pete, who runs Lay and Play, builds low riders and kind of looks after them all at shows and stuff like that. And he was nice enough to lend me his garage on the side of his house for 2 days to do Luke's Lincoln Malibu Peach. And Iona, his partner, bought him to come pick it up in the Bluebird, which was kind of lowered on nice kind of rare Japanese wheels. And I think Pete kind of started trying to twist around and said, I'd love to do a Japanese lowrider. And then, she contacted me and said, it's happening. I saw him kind of build all the suspension. And then she wanted me to do the work on it. So she dropped it off on a Friday, picked it up on a Monday. And,
No, honestly, I'm not even just saying it, man. Fucking amazing job you did.
It's one I'm really proud of. I love doing lowriders because you can't go over the top enough because that's what they want.
That was the thing. It was like, you normally with the pinstriping, it's quite subtle.
It can be,
but you'd gone full fucking whack in your face, hadn't you? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. She was a perfect customer as well because she basically gave me a rough colour scheme and then said, and I like the gold leaf. She said any kind of metal leaf and just let me go with it. And all I did was sent her progress photos and said, there you go, that's how it's going.
Right.
Very, very rough drawing, which kind of changed anyway because I did it based on a photo, and some of it didn't flow.
So do you line that on first, and then go over it, or do you like just freehand it on?
With the silver leaf, what I basically did is a lot of the time with a job like that is I'll tape out guides for where it's going, just so I can have a look at the layout and because it's a full car, it's got to work. It's got to
be symmetrical, yeah.
And the metal leaf, the silver leaf that I use, is actually aluminium leaf because silver leaf tarnishes in the sun.
Oh, right.
Even if you clear it.
Right.
So I actually
goes a bit greeny or something?
Yeah, it goes kind of like if you've got like a silver tankard or something, it goes kind of brown.
Yeah. Oh, right. Bloody hell.
I taped out for the silver leaf, and then you put your size down, which is your glue. You let that go off, and then put the silver on, and then you engine turn it. It was actually done with a battery drill with the turning tool.
Yeah. So
and do all that, and then take the tape off. All that was done on Friday afternoon. Left it overnight. Then I come back, brush on the clear on that, and then do all.
So that glue stuff that goes on first, what does it do? Does it like flash off then?
Yeah, basically, you want to get it to. There's two ways of kind of testing it. One rule of thumb is it wants to feel like if you put your thumb on sellotape, that kind of tacky.
Bit tacky, yeah.
Or the other one is if you rub your finger on it, it should squeak.
All right.
That should be weirdly the chair. That wasn't a chair. And that's how you know it's ready to go, because if you don't leave it long enough, it never fully dries under the metal leaf. If you leave it too long, it won't stick. So
right.
It's a really kind of it's a lot of practice to try and figure out. And if you're doing a full car, you've got to figure out if it's going to be ready by the time you've finished doing the rest of the car. So it's
quite a lot that goes into it.
A bit of thinking to it, yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing like the trucking like royalty purple. So like I was saying, it's going to be like dark purple with like a heavy metal flake.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of something like, that silver leaf kind of style or something on there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, there's loads we can do. I went a bit mad at Gold Leaf Supplies and found out that they do like tinted silver leaf. So it's all like pink and purple and blue and stuff like that.
Shit.
There's some mad stuff you can buy.
Oh, we can go crazy then. We can go a bit crazy with it.
Mad
I
with
like
it.
all the burnt stuff.
Yeah, the Variegate. Yeah, I've got a load of that. And
not seen that.
It's like a mix between like titanium, copper.
It kind of looks like an oil slick.
Yeah,
because it looks like it's someone's burnt a metal plate effectively.
Oh right,
so
okay.
That kind of effect.
Right, that's interesting. Like the bluing effect. Yeah.
But yeah, you can have
even more
crushed up and mixed up, and there's loads you can do with it.
Have you guys got pinstripers or anything like that at the event?
No.
To be honest, I think you invited me last year, didn't you? I think it clashes with something I already do, but I can't.
That's a busy time for you, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And when's the dates for the Tattoo Con?
8th to the 10th of August.
Oh, that's good dates, and in nice weather.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the 8th to the 10th of August.
Yeah, so the 8th, it's only open to campers, and then 9th and 10th open to the public.
Awesome. And where can people get their tickets? Is it on the website? On the Facebook?
Yep, there. That's your side. I don't know. Website, which is?
linkedtattoocon@hotmail.com.
No, that's the email.
Oh, well, yeah,
you could email us. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. We're so bad at this.
I'll put a link. Go on, do the fancy hands. I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to do it over here.
Oh, shit. Still got that.
I know, literally, yeah.
linkedtattoocon.co.uk
for tickets. There we go.
Awesome. What was that? Sorry, I was talking over you.
I can't do it again, Jake.
Oh, come on.
Go on, let's look at
already.
Fly is cool, isn't it?
Yeah. I should have had this from the start. It would have been loads easier to. Oh, you've got the Wookiees back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrified Lauren. Do you remember?
Yeah.
They chased me.
Yeah.
I don't run.
I think you mentioned this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Did I?
That chase Lauren.
Yeah.
Seeing the Wookiees mosh into chord was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was ace.
But yeah, so yeah, you can get your tickets at linkedtattoocon.co.uk. There we go.
That's what we do.
And and thanks for coming on, guys. We're gonna have to do a little bit of an extra segment for we'll do something for Gene Winfield another time, I think.
I think it's I
know I don't want to just sort of like chuck it in at the end and
no,
I think he deserves more than that. I mean,
course, yeah.
Obviously it was a massive shock. I'm not, obviously people are we're getting to that time now where a lot of the old guard are going to start. We lose them one by one, unfortunately, and this is why we've got to make sure that the shit's getting passed to the next people, the next up and coming artists and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Someone like that who influenced so much needs proper kind of respect paid, I think. Yeah.
Definitely not a rush job at the end. But yeah, rest in peace, Gene, and your family, and thank you for everything that you did for the custom scene. Hopefully pass some of that stuff down. Oh
yeah, I think he definitely did. Yeah, he was
very active and always active and stuff, wasn't he? Always having people in his shop and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, there are so many people I follow who have done painting sessions with him. He was much like us. He wanted to pass on the knowledge.
It kind of reminded me of Chris. The way that he was kind of seen, by in his field of being so well respected in his field. And another thing that astounds me is how many people knew Chris. I'm talking to people in America and they know him straight away by name. So this was the guy that used to own the Kustom Kulture. And literally you think you don't know how popular he actually was, but he was so well known up and down.
When they announced his passing and stuff, the amount of messages and people just sharing memories and stuff. I never met the guy, but
unfortunately I didn't either. Do you know what I mean? Obviously we worked there for during it and stuff, but no, I never actually met him, unfortunately. But I'm sure he'll be approving of what we're doing now. So
I mean, that's why we named the panel jam for him, because it's just it had to be. It's these people that put so much of their life into it. I mean, and this is the thing, when you're doing something you love, it is your life. You know what I mean? It's whether it be cars, tattoos, or airbrushing, pinstriping. It's something that it's when you love it, you don't want to do anything else. Yeah, with Chris, it means so much to me because my first line I ever pulled pinstriping was using his DVD and starter kit. So that's how I got into it. I wanted to get into it. And
imagine talking to yourself then and saying at some point, you'll be owning his show or running his show with him. You know what I mean?
It's that first horrible line I pulled where I was getting ready to throw the brush in the bin and stuff like that, and now I'm kind of effectively living the dream.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be at the Tattoo Con again if we're allowed to come back. And I had an idea for a little bit of a game we can play.
Okay.
I was thinking a trolley jack race. You ever push the trolley jack? They're a fucking nightmare.
No.
Like the trolley jacks you jack your car with.
So have you got to ride the trolley jack?
No, you've just got to race it through an obstacle course of cones. We'll just do an obstacle course of cones.
I was going to say, awesome.
We'll get two of them, and then if we get some cones out, and then the fastest one will win 3 tickets to the Kustom Kulture.
Okay, yeah.
If that's cool, I'll find a little bit of concrete somewhere, way off in the distance or something. Get some cones out and stuff.
You don't want to chuck some stones in front of the tires.
Well, I was thinking of interesting ways if we are there, when we got a bit of a stand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a cool way of getting people involved, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Or if anyone can do more shots than you.
Doubt it.
Yeah. I won't take that bet.
No. I know.
She poured me a drink.
Did it melt the bottle it was in?
Melted me, I think.
Yeah. I do remember your face, actually. I don't remember a great deal, but I do remember your face. Just kind of being like...
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that too. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having
me. And yeah, like I said before, get your tickets for the Kustom Kulture, and you can get them on www.kustomkultureblastoff.co.uk, and you can find Josh at.
Are we do it?
No, stop being silly.
666.
Yeah, no, do it.
I want to see this.
Well, he lost a bet.
Yeah.
He said
What he said about betting.
Babe, come on, stay out of this.
He got us all to the point where he was going to paste the name tag thingies, and he lost.
I made him dance. Well, who really lost? Right.
The same people who do every month, the audience.
You lucky viewers. Yeah, and you can find us at the _Kustom Kulture Blastoff. Did you do it? Did you do the triple? At 666 Customs. Or on Instagram, it's just 666 Customs.
It is 666, yeah. It's
Because those bastards stole your tag, didn't they? Hey, they stole your tag, mate, on purpose. Yeah. Yeah, bastard. Yeah, he's like Ken. He's like a bow selector, isn't he? What Mel be out of bow. And then what about you, dude?
Danger_sign on Instagram, Danger Sign 13 on Facebook.
Awesome. And you guys, you're on at Lincoln Tattoo Con, isn't it?
No, do we?
Is it at Lincoln Tattoo Con? I think it is.
On what?
On Insta.
I don't do social media.
On Insta.
Yeah, Lincoln Tattoo Con.
And then Facebook, just type it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because you're Lincoln Tattoo Con, it's going to like Google it and it's going to instantly pop it up because it's quite specific, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It's been a mad one, and we've covered a lot of bases here.
I like these live ones because it just descends into chaos and we can't do anything about it.
At least the audio and we're recording this time.
Well, I'll tell you that I'm not re-recording it, so if it don't, then we're not having another episode this month. Right, guys, all the best, and you enjoy the rest of your weekends. Say bye then. Come on, guys.
See ya.
So sad.